So in today's video, we're going to take a look at what's going to happen if the Roman Empire comes back in the modern day. And the Roman Empire was one of the strongest empires in the history of mankind. So yeah, let's take a look at what's going to happen if they come back in the modern day. So before starting the video, let me tell you that major alliances like NATO, CSTO, the EU or the UN, they do not exist in my videos. And a quick disclaimer here, my videos are not 100% real. So yeah, anyways, let's get into the video. To start things off, let's talk about stability here. And by far, the Roman Empire is one of the most unstable countries in the world because it has countries like Spain, France, Turkey, Egypt, Portugal, the UK, England, all within its borders. So yeah, for the first 200 years, the Roman Empire is going to try to stabilize their country and they're going to assimilate all of their new provinces. Also, this map is not 100% accurate, but I tried my best. So yeah, anyways, let's get into the wars. So to start things off, the Roman Empire is going to declare war on all these countries, which include Egypt, Tunisia, Georgia, and Moldova, and finally Slovakia and the Netherlands. Now, except for Moldova, all of these countries got screwed by the Roman Empire. And yeah, starting off, Tunisia just goes ahead and surrenders. And Egypt, after losing the entirety of the Nile River and also their coastline, finally goes ahead and surrenders. We can see a push being made into Georgia and the country falls. Moldova is also taken. Slovakia and the Netherlands don't see a point fighting this war and they also go ahead and surrender. And in a peace treaty, we can see that all of these countries got completely annexed by the Roman Empire. But seeing this aggressive behavior of the Roman Empire, all the countries which border the Roman Empire are gonna form some unions. Okay, now let's take a look at these unions. Let's start things off from the Arab Union, which includes countries like Algeria, Libya, and Sudan. Morocco did not join this union for obvious reasons. And in the Middle East, we can see a Middle Eastern Union, which includes countries like Saudi Arabia, Yemen, Oman, and the UAE. Going into Europe, we can see that Denmark, Germany, and Czechia united into one single country. The remaining parts of UK and Ireland also united into one single country. Belarus and Russia united, even though Belarus does not border the Roman Empire, but they just decided to join Russia. And last but not least, we can see a union between Poland and Ukraine. Now, I don't know if this union will take place, but I think both of them are pretty scared of the Roman Empire. So yeah, now the Roman Empire has only a few countries which they can invade, and these countries include Morocco, Iran, and the United Kingdom. Yeah, that's right, the UK is nothing without England. But in the beginning of the war, we can see that the Scottish troops are pushing into the Roman Empire and they're making some significant gains in England. We can also see that the Moroccan troops are doing pretty well against the Roman Empire and they successfully push out all of the Romans from Morocco. Previous Morocco, but now it was the Roman Empire. And they're also pushing into the previous Algerian regions. In the east, we can see that the Iranian troops are also pushing into the Roman Empire, which is too much stretched, and that's why the Roman Empire is late to respond. But yeah, we can see that the Iranian troops have successfully taken the modern day areas of Azerbaijan, and we can see another push made by the Iranian troops in which they cut off the Roman Empire from the Persian Gulf. And unfortunately for the Roman Empire, another country is gonna get involved in this war, and that country is Germany. Yeah, that's right, the Germans want a Fourth Reich, and now the Roman troops have to focus on mainland Europe. Because of this distraction, we can see that the Scottish troops are pushing down into England furthermore, and they almost push out all of the Roman troops. Down in the south, we can see that the Roman troops are further pushed back by the Moroccan troops, who are secretly getting support from Algeria, even though they hate each other. And in the east, we can see that Iran is pushing further into the Roman territory. Eventually, we can see a giant front line against the Roman Empire, but it is now that we can see the Roman Empire finally mobilizing their entire army, and now they are sending all of the troops to all of the front lines. But unfortunately, before that, we can see that the German troops are pushing into the Roman Empire in mainland Europe. The German troops take Amsterdam, and they also push down into Belgium. Eventually, they get dangerously close to Paris, but now a fully mobilized army arrives. Down in the south, we can see that the Moroccan troops are pushed all the way back to their borders, and the Roman troops are now pushing towards Rabat, which is the capital city of Morocco, but eventually they're stalemated. In the Iranian front line, we can see that the Roman troops are pushing back the Iranians, and they take all of the southern regions, and the Roman troops are also pushing back the Iranians up into the Azerbaijan region, but as of now, there is a stalemate between the Romans and the Iranians. In England, we can see a naval landing being made on the southern part of the UK. The Romans take back London, and now the Romans are accelerating their push into England. Eventually, they take all of the lost territories back, and now the Romans are pushing into Scotland. We can see that the German troops are also being pushed back by the Roman Empire, and we can see a spearhead made by the Roman Empire, which cuts off all of these German troops, who, after getting encircled, finally go ahead and surrender. This was a huge blow to Germany, as they have now lost most of their troops. They're also pushed back all the way to their borders, and now the Roman Empire is pushing into southern Germany, and eventually all of the Bavarian region is taken. And after a decisive military campaign, we can see that Berlin was also taken, and the German government finally goes ahead and surrenders. Down in Morocco, we can see that Rabat was taken, and now the Roman troops are pushing down the coastline. And after losing their major cities and their capital city, we can see that Morocco also goes ahead and surrenders, and this leaves us with Iran and the UK. On the Iranian front line, we can see that this stalemate was finally broken, and now the Roman troops are pushing towards Tehran, which is the capital city of Iran. But at first they failed to take it, but still the Roman troops are making some significant gains in northern Iran, and the Romans are also pushing in the southern parts, and they have their hands on the massive oil fields of Iran. Up in the UK, we can see that Scotland finally goes ahead and surrenders, and after a naval landing, we can see that Dublin was taken, and the remaining parts of Ireland just surrender. In Iran, we can see that after a decisive military campaign, Tehran was taken, and now the Romans are accelerating their push into Iran. This is kind of giving the Sassanid versus Roman vibes, except this time Iran is much weaker. But yeah, this encircled part surrenders, and the remaining parts of Iran also finally go ahead and surrender. This was a huge victory for the Roman Empire, and they also suffered a lot of casualties. But yeah, it's now time to look at a final peace negotiation. And oh wow, this is really not looking good. Let's start things off from the UK, where now all of the mainland UK is completely annexed by the Roman Empire, and the remaining parts are now a vassal state to the Roman government. The Roman Empire also annexed all of these parts of Germany, and the remaining country is now a vassal state. Now the Roman Empire did not take much from Morocco, I mean all of these parts, but they still vassalized Morocco. But Iran lost a lot of their western territory and also their massive oil fields, and are now a vassal state to the Roman government. But yeah, this is what the Roman Empire would do if they reunited in 2024, and gaining all of this took them more than 200 years or so. But yeah, this is going to be it for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, leave a comment, and tell me what you guys want to see in the future. And thank you for watching.